Hey everyone, the following is a chat we had with Udoka Fintelmann.
Udoka is a GCSE YouTuber with almost 25,000 subscribers.
We are extremely excited to share this episode. But before that, check out the Skillshare link in the show notes or description to get a free trial or a discount. Enjoy the conversation. I think I'll start off by asking, what is it like having a YouTube channel at school? Is there anything different between having a YouTube channel and before when you weren't even that famous at all?
It's not too different. I mean, you get the odd like someone congratulating you for your success in it.
Hmm.
But sometimes it can be a little bit annoying because people will be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna expose you for this" or something like that. And I know it's a joke, but it's still
Yeah.
just really annoying. And but I mean, everything else is pretty much the same. I have the same group of friends, and like it's not
Hmm.
like I'm being hoisted up on people's shoulders and carried around the school for having a channel. But it's yeah, it's quite good. Sometimes like the odd teacher will like find out that I have a channel and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's cool," and
Oh,
it'll just be a bit embarrassing. But apart from that, it's all right to have a channel. Yeah.
dude, that's awesome. Uh, okay. I think let's sort of dive into what you post on YouTube. What does, in your own words, what does productivity mean to you? What does it mean to be
I
productive?
guess being productive in my eyes is like working and feeling comfortable while working. By no means does it mean you have to be like having fun because I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, you need to have fun to be productive
Hmm.
and stuff," and then like productivity comes when you're having fun. But I think you just need to be comfortable in a sense because not everything in life is fun, and as long as you're like comfortably working and sometimes pushing yourself, being productive is just working to a point where you're getting things done and being comfortable with what you're
All
getting
right.
done.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can
Okay.
talk.
Sorry. Uh, in your last video, you sort of talked about how you really want to stay motivated and commit to studying 8 hours a day. But you also just mentioned that it was a mistake. Why do you think it was a mistake?
I feel like with that video, the point I was trying to get across was that I'm an idiot who didn't do my work in the beginning of lockdown, and I should have like been doing that work throughout.
Hmm.
But I had to
Yeah.
correct my mistake, and I
Hmm.
had to work 8 hours to fix that mistake. I think that was the point of it. I actually like cut out a part in the video where because my camera is not the greatest at the moment, and sometimes out of focus. And in the video, in this part, where the camera was out of focus, I said that I'm an idiot. You should take from this video that you shouldn't like have to work 8 hours a day. You should be doing a little bit every day so you don't have to absolutely exhaust yourself doing 56 hours in 1 week. Like that's not the point. But my camera made me cut that out, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I will still mention that in the
Yeah.
comments. So yeah.
The thing that I took away from that
Yeah.
video was the fact that you managed to stay this motivated and committed for an extended period of time. I mean, 8 hours a day in 4 hour block seems extremely difficult for me. So, how do you manage to stay this focused and motivated while you revise for a long period of time?
Yeah, I mean, it comes from within. Like I had someone reach out to me and ask me like, how do you do this? How am I going to be able to do this? And I just told him it needs to be like it needs to come from within you. It needs to you need to have a reason to do it because if you don't have a reason, then you're not going to be able to want to do it. You can't get your parents to force you. You can't get your friends to force you. You can't get a YouTuber to force you. Like it's all well and good having that little bit of motivation from watching my videos, but you need to have a reason to keep going and once you find that reason, it becomes a lot easier. For me, it's like wanting to work towards, I guess, being a doctor and going to medical school, as well as like producing good content for the YouTube channel. That really helps. But for you, maybe a bit different, You just got to find that reason.
Yeah. I know you're like a listener of Ali and Tamer Adal's Not Overthinking, right? I remember in one of their episodes, they talked about how motivation and a myth. I'm sure you've come across this before. Like the premise of it is that motivation is a myth because it's this feeling that you must feel a certain way in order to start working, whereas discipline is doing the work no matter what you're feeling. What's your take on that?
That episode particularly resonated with me because I felt like that's
Hmm.
very true. You shouldn't have to watch a YouTube video. You shouldn't have to feel like you need to start this work because you've got a sudden burst of inspiration. Because I feel like
Yeah.
a good analogy for this is I think they mention it, or I don't know. I found this analogy online at least, but it was that if you had hot water to shower, like you'd be comfortable showering, you'd shower every day or whatever. But let's say you run out of hot
Mhm.
water, you wouldn't wait 2 weeks till hot water comes back to take another shower. You'll just have to shower with cold water, you know? That's the same thing. That's the key principle with motivation and discipline. You may have motivation to do work and you might get a lot of work done. That's good, but you need to have discipline to be consistently doing that.
Exactly. Consistency. Yeah. Are you looking to have like a posting schedule on YouTube, or is exams in the way and you're sort of just, vibing?
I would love to have a posting schedule on YouTube. It kind of at the beginning of my channel when I was, I guess, building up, I did have a schedule like once a week on Sunday
Mhm.
at 7:30, but
Yeah.
it's I think the little bit of kind of viewership and subscribers have come to me have made me a bit lazy in the fact that I don't like need to like post every Sunday. Like I didn't post for, I don't know, it was
Mhm.
like 61 days and it didn't make the biggest difference, but I need that spark back. And I do enjoy making videos. I love posting the video I posted the other day. It's got like, I don't know, like 13,000 views in a day and a bit. And I'm happy
Yeah.
about that, and I need to get that. But I want to go back to a proper schedule. Maybe even posting once or twice a week would be really good. And if I could do that, that would be really cool. And I'm sure it would be great for the channel. But I need to tell people to subscribe as well. That's another thing. I feel like when I'm watching a YouTube's videos nowadays, everyone's telling you that 50% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed. And I really
Everyone.
need to do that because I feel like, yeah, everyone's saying that. And it works though, apparently. So I don't tell people to subscribe to
Oh.
my channel. I need to do that. I think it will help a lot. 'Cause maybe we can get to like 50K by the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, like what Kieran and I realized about your YouTuber, like your YouTube fan base, is that despite like having I think you have 25K subscribers, like you got 13K views on your latest vid. That's quite a big portion of your subscribers that are active. Like, why do you think a lot of people subscribe to you and keep watching your videos?
I think for me, the one thing that, like, when I started the channel that I wanted to make clear was that I'm not like a person who writes a lot of notes. I'm not a person who's wicked smart right off the bat. I'm a person who likes to put in the effort to get to where I am. And I just want to make like, I guess, higher quality videos about that. I enjoy editing. I enjoy using things like Final Cut Pro. I enjoy, finding out about cameras. I just ordered a new, very expensive camera. So I want to
Ooh,
provide that. Yeah, it's a little Easter egg for you guys, but I want to provide that high
awesome.
quality and that relatability, if you will. Like, not everyone has a
Uh huh.
photographic memory. Not everyone's able to write pretty notes. I just want to provide
Hmm.
people with easy methods of revision that anyone could do and get good exam results with, I guess. I think that's
Yeah.
why
So,
people
like you said,
subscribe.
think that. Yeah, I agree. So, like, you think ultimately effort is what stems success, as opposed to being like some sort of prodigy that you're born with a natural talent.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's the main thing. Obviously, there's only that 1%. There's that 1% of people who are naturally gifted and,
Mhm.
people revere, but it shouldn't be that these people are on this pedestal because anyone can do that with hard work. And as a famous basketball player, I think it's Kyrie Irving's coach said, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And I feel like that's a great
Yeah,
philosophy that a lot of people should live by.
definitely. Okay, I think we should sort of dive into you and let's talk about what are your aspirations in the future, like for A levels, university, job, profession. I know you mentioned medical school, but tell us more about that.
Yeah, I've always been STEM, medical in particular, in the more recent years, and I would like love to continue and go into that field. However, I'm also trying to keep my options open. I've always been quite invested in physics and just general engineering and things to do in STEM. So it's good. Like medical is the thing that I'm at right now, but that could change in the next few
Mhm.
years, and I might decide to pursue something else. But yeah, medical is where it's at, and it's what I'm really interested in. I think I'd love to go to uni and continue the channel in that aspect. Obviously, medical school and medical studies is a
Mhm.
very broad topic to be on YouTube, and having my start from
Yeah.
GCSE would be very useful in that field. Yeah.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah. Is there any like specific universities or sort of places you're sort of aiming or looking for?
I feel like a lot of people want me to be like, yeah, I want to go to Oxford, I want to go to Cambridge, I want to
Ox-
go to KCL, but it's to be honest, I'll be very lucky if I just get into medical school, which I would be very happy about. But I really like the London atmosphere. Like I went there. I think last year when I just like central London. I used to live in London, but I just went there with my brothers. And the central London atmosphere is just amazing, and that's where KCL is located. So it's just a really nice
Yeah.
place, not just for medical studies, because there's obviously Guy's Hospital, but for the atmosphere, because
Mhm.
student life is very important. Obviously, you're studying a lot, but like
Exactly.
Ali Abdal says, he's a big advocate of having a good student life and building relationships with people rather than just focusing on your studying, because I obviously want to work hard, but I also want to make friends and make lasting relationships in college. Yeah.
Yeah, Ali always says, like, in a larger scale of things, grades don't matter. It's
Yeah,
ultimately the
that's
experience,
exactly.
journey before destination.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is so cool. Like, medical school, is there, like, a specific spark that you remember that prompted you to know that, yeah, I feel like medical is the right path? Or does it just naturally come to you?
I think it's always been right there from time. Like, my mother is very interested in medical studies as well,
Mm,
and like she never got the opportunity. She grew up like dirt poor in Nigeria, and she never got the opportunity to be a doctor or to even pursue medical school. And if she had, I'm sure she would have been an amazing doctor. But I would love to like do that for myself, and I get that spark from her. Like, my mother isn't pushing me into this, contrary to popular belief. People think like, oh yeah, my parents forced me to study, or like people thought that, but it kind of
mhm,
goes on my own. And I think I get that from my mother. And it would be amazing to go into like that kind of field and just do the work and help people and, enjoy my time at work, because medical studies are so fascinating. I guess as well, lately in biology as well, the stuff we've been learning about has
mhm.
been really interesting. Whenever we're covering stuff about the nervous system or about the female menstrual cycle and things like that, when I'm learning about it, it makes it's a bit of a weird one, but it's like it's still like so interesting how like this your body is just like so complex, and
Yeah.
learn about
Mhm.
that. So yeah.
Biology is awesome. I think, yeah, we do something called coordinated science, where we take all three sciences, and yeah, biology is definitely up there. Like, learning about how the body works, like digestive system, and sometimes really cool just watching medical dramas, and they whip out a term and go like, wait, I know what that means, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a doctor now.
Yeah, Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy and that.
So you would say that biology is your favorite subject to learn and to revise right now?
I would say, yeah, biology is probably my favorite sciences. Right now in chemistry, and what's going to be coming up in the exams in May is mostly equations, so it's not quite as interesting. But
Mhm.
but the weird thing is that in the UK and I guess in most other places, medical schools require you to do chemistry rather than biology for your
Yeah.
A levels for you to get in, which is like
Yeah.
it just baffles me, because I feel like biology is a lot more useful of a science to have when it comes to medical school than chemistry. But I don't know. Biology's always been just very fascinating and a great subject to me.
Yeah, awesome. Like, in chemistry, what do you is there organic chemistry, or like, what do you learn in chemistry for your syllabus?
It's mainly like I said, chapter one's like quite a lot of equations, and then
Uh-huh.
like paper one I meant is a lot of equations and things like it'll be things like electrolysis and
Mhm.
things like titrations. But then paper
Yeah.
two would be stuff like crude oils and more of the natural world, the Earth's atmosphere,
Yeah. Mhm.
um, things like waste treatments in England and other countries. So it's more of that. I prefer
Yeah.
paper two because it's far easier. There's less like math heavy content to learn. But paper one is yeah, there's a lot of math compared to paper two, and it's not as interesting. But we have to do it. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's talk about computer science, because I know you take computer science. What course of computer science do you do? What board
so
is
we
it?
do. I do AQA, which is a bit of a weird one because the main one in England is OCR, but the course
Yeah.
involves a lot of like there's 2 units which are programming, so which is pseudocode, not actually Python. So there's like an extra
Mhm.
kind of assignment that we would usually do, which is like a 20-hour Python project. However, due to Corona and things like that, we won't be doing that project. So we don't learn as much Python, but pseudocode is part of the main like subject as unit 2. And pseudocode is annoying, but you have to do it. The rest of computer science is actually
Yeah,
quite
I totally
interesting.
agree.
Yeah, pseudocode. Oh man, I hate pseudocode with a
Pseudocode.
passion.
The syntax, it's
It's
horrible.
it's horrible. It's meant to be easier, but I prefer Python, if I'm honest. Like, I'd rather just use
Exactly.
Python than pseudocode, but
Mhm.
the rest of it is alright. The rest of it is like Unit 7's ethics,
Yeah.
Unit 4 is like the computer. So like I'm big. I want to build my own PC. So like learning about
Mhm.
that is actually quite interesting and quite useful. And
Yeah.
it's it's
Uh-huh.
it's easy to remember content on and make flashcards about. So yeah, computer science is not too bad.
Flashcards.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talked about flashcards. Revision. Is your main way of revision like Anki flashcards nowadays?
Yeah, I haven't, to be honest, I haven't used Anki in a while. Everyone's asking me to make an Anki video, and I haven't used Anki because
Mhm.
we've just been kind of jumping from one exam to another, and
Mhm.
Anki is just better for long term. Like, I'm trying to use it more now because I know what chapters we're doing for the final exam, but everyone's asking me
Yeah.
to make an Anki video. I just need to kinda wait, before I start properly using it again, and then I'll probably make an Anki.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because personally, I used the Ali Abdal Google Sheets method, and I find that much more easier to use because making flashcards is just there's just less friction. You just type the stuff on one cell and then the other side. But Anki, I think the user interface is quite high barrier for new people to start using because of all the technical terms and all that
Oh,
associated with Anki.
100%, 100%. Anki's it's not pretty. It's I had to, like, watch Ali Abdal's
No.
whole Skillshare course to learn how to use it and, like, learn how to use it effectively, and the fact that an app is like that makes it not very easy to just start and get going, which is why I think not a lot of GCSE students use it because it's hard to kind of learn it and, like, actually understand what
Yeah.
each thing do, which is why medical students mostly use it because they have, I guess, time to dedicate it, and some medical students back in the days probably
hmm
used it. But it is difficult to learn, and like I said, watching a whole course just to learn how to use this application is not worth it. But once you do like
So,
use it and learn how to use it effectively, then
uh-huh.
it's the best and it's absolutely amazing. And there's not a lot of friction to make cards. Like I can make cards really quickly on it. So yeah, quite good once you learn
Yeah,
how to use
dude, that sounds good. Like, I think revision is a really big part in doing well in exams. However, past papers, do you do any past papers at all for
Oh,
exams?
yeah. For my mocks, I did pretty much only past papers because the content, I knew it
Uh-huh.
quite well through Anki. For my mocks, it was like Anki and past papers, and I got, all 8s and 9s, on that, so
Yeah,
I was very
awesome.
happy about that. Even in science, like science, I literally just went through past paper after past paper after past paper because they, like, reuse questions and they, like, make similar questions from other past papers. So so yeah,
Yeah, and
it's
in
useful.
fact, on the day of our science mock exams, Kieran and I, we just hopped on a call. We did the 2020 IGCSE science papers, and we just walk in and like a
Yeah,
lot of
like
it
no
was
joke, the exact same
exact
paper.
paper,
Oh, damn.
exact
Yeah,
paper.
yeah, yeah. It's honestly useful doing past papers and just understanding how they format questions. Because if you know how they're gonna, like, answer the mark scheme, you can end up, like,
Mhm.
making 6 markers, like, really easy and really simple because you just know, like, what they're gonna ask you for and what the words they're looking for you to get the marks.
Yeah, and mark scheme saves you time in exams because you just know what points to write down and just write it down quickly.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Overwriting is something I really suffer from in, like, those kind of aspects. 'Cause I sometimes just, like, want to write as much information as possible, so if you know what
yeah,
you need to put, then it's a lot easier.
yeah. I agree. Like sometimes you just want to ensure that you get all of the marks, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Also, do you revise with the textbook or do you use the online specification and review the written syllabus points by, flipping them into questions? Because I personally do the latter instead of textbooks.
I don't really touch the specification, like, to be honest. I have it on, like, my Google Drive and just keep it there in my folder, but it's mainly the textbook. For science, textbook is everything, is key. Like, the textbook the school, I guess, provided us is this really big one, by, like, Oxford, but it's really useful because it has everything that'll come up in the exam. Like, it'll if sometimes they give you, like, those curveball questions, but this textbook will have, like, that information in it, which is why it's good. It's big, but is useful for science and for like RS. I try to use textbooks as much as I can, but yeah, textbooks are really good and YouTube videos, I guess, as well.
oh yeah, you take RS. Is that religious study? I believe
Yeah, yeah, sorry, religious
religious
studies.
study.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so like what do you study there?
yeah,
Because we don't take it.
yeah, in the UK, in actually not every school, but some schools require it. Our school do require it, like you have to do
hmm
it. But most people think it's just religion. Obviously, we learn about in my school at least we learn about two key religions, which is Christianity and Islam.
Yeah.
But there's also like Judaism, Buddhism, and I guess more Catholicism focused
hmm
topic. our Christianity is a bit more broad. But apart from that, you also go into things like crime and punishment, sex and marriages and things like that, and going into more like social constructs and social aspects and seeing what religious views are, what non-religious views are, and kind of debating it. So sometimes RS is like the exam paper is structured in a way where it'll give you a couple questions, then a big 12 marker, which will be like 50% of that paper. And the 12 marker will be like, murder is never right, and like discuss this statement. And then you have to give some aspects to why you agree with this statement, why a Christian might agree with this, why a Muslim might disagree with this, and what your opinion is. And then include things like case studies and include things like quotes from the Bible and from the Quran, which is the hardest part because you have to remember those quotes. But it's a decent topic, if I'm honest. I feel like it doesn't get a lot of love because people think it's just learning about religion. But it's a good, I would say it's not an easy 9, but it's a pretty not so difficult to get a high grade in it. Yeah, it's a solid subject.
Yeah, solid. Because we don't take religious studies, and in our school, it's like PRS, so there's a bit of philosophy in it, and
yeah.
Oh yeah,
ours
history.
is
You
actually
also take
called PRE now. It's just for philosophy, religious education. They renamed it, but everyone just calls it RS. So yeah, there's a bit of philosophy now.
Oh yeah, you also take history. What specific like time periods do you study in history?
So in history, we have 3 or 4 subjects. I think now it's been reduced because of obviously Corona. The content is not as much, but so we study the Cold War, so everything from like 1943 till 1991, whenever the Soviet Union fell.
the
I should
Soviet
really know
Union.
that.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah, I think it's 1991. But
Yeah, it
so
is.
you cover that. Okay, good. You cover that, and then you do Elizabethan England, which is from like 1520 something till 1600s, and then you do Germany, Weimar Germany, and Nazi Germany, which will be from like 1914 when World War II. Is that? No, 1918 when World War II ended.
1918.
Till 1939, like the rise of Hitler and the beginning of World War II. And then there's also another chapter which we scrapped this year, which is Medicine Through Time, which is the best chapter. But I know, I'm really upset that they removed it because it was actually really interesting. Like you would go into what people thought, like how treatments came about, how things like the hunt for like encoding the DNA and the genetics and like things what people thought how to cure stuff in like the 1500s, which was a super interesting topic, but it was a big topic, so they cut it out, which I was really upset about.
Yeah,
it's a good topic.
Aspiring medical student, and you just realize, there's no medicine.
It was really sad. It was sad. But we covered it. We did actually cover it in lockdown. That's why they cut it out, because they didn't teach it to us in school. We had to teach it to ourselves, and obviously a lot of students didn't really put in the effort. But I made flashcards and everything. I was so upset I had to delete all my flashcards for that, and it was annoying. But I mean, history is a good subject though. History is a subject that, like, one of the kind of literature subjects that I really enjoy personally, because you have to remember numbers and stuff like that, which is useful for which I like maths for and stuff. But yeah, history is a good subject because it's like English is, when you're writing a speech or something, there's kind of no right or wrong. But in history, there's like events that happen, events that didn't happen, So yeah.
It's quite nice just like recalling and knowing what happened, because ultimately, if you think about it, most things that are happening in the world ultimately all stem from the same historical events. Like everything's that happening in the Middle East, in the US, everything ultimately stems back to the end of World War II, which is just so fascinating to think about.
It's super interesting because you'll be like, I remember in history we were learning about the Mujahideen back in the days when they were fighting, obviously the Soviet Union, and how they America gave them weapons, and then like years later when Americans went to invade Afghanistan, they were like, why are they shooting? Why are our own team shooting at us? Not realizing that they had given that, and it's super interesting how this actually happened in the past, and you can learn from your mistakes and things like that. So it is a very interesting subject, and I'm glad I chose it over geography.
Exactly.
So
Geography.
Yeah,
geography is sort of like a. No, geography is like a meme subject at our school.
Oh
it's
God.
like people who don't know what to take just take geography.
Oh God, yeah. In our school, more people take geography than take history, but the people who take history are like really like on their high horse about it, because history is so much better than geography, which I have to agree with. Because geography is just oh God, it's not. I don't like it that much. It's learning. Oh man, nah, geography, nah.
Learning about rocks.
Learning about rocks and Oxbow lakes. No one wants to learn about that, man. Now, geography was only fun when you guess the flag every lesson. I don't know if you had that, but like in our class,
Uh-huh.
you have to like guess the
Yeah.
flag. Yeah, that's when geography was good. But before that, no. Everything after that is no.
Nah. No. Just not it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You mentioned you're big on history, so do you enjoy watching history documentaries on Netflix or any other platform?
Netflix, I feel like I'm big on history documentaries, but I really like the YouTubers who do stuff, like not
Oh,
oversimplified. Have you seen that? I'm guessing you've seen that.
yeah.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
videos are
all
really good
of
about
it.
that.
All of
And
it.
I recently watched this like documentary about like the Nuremberg trials. But yeah, history documentaries
Yeah.
are really good when they're well made documentaries. Like Netflix, I have to admit, they do well because they have a lot of money to spend on documentaries, which make them like
Yeah,
absolutely
exactly.
amazing. So yeah, Netflix documentaries
Uh-huh.
are good. YouTube stuff is amazing as well. So yeah, history, particularly history documentaries, are quite interesting, and I'll watch them if I have time.
Yeah, you should check them out. Roman like Roman Empire history is really, really fascinating. Like just going back to the times where ultimately there was like a ruler of the world and that was like the largest Roman Empire. It's
Yeah,
Roman Emperor, like Roman history. You should dive into that. It's really
I'll check that
fascinating.
out for sure. But I even like do you guys obviously know Vox? They make a lot of good videos on their channel.
Yeah,
I remember I
Vox.
was watching this one. It
Uh-huh.
was like how 100 years of British rule like shaped Hong Kong. That was a good video. I know you guys are in Hong Kong,
Oh
but that was
yeah.
a really good video. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I enjoy stuff like
fascinating.
that. Things like that really interest me.
Yeah, wait, speaking of that, is there like Model United Nations or MUN at your school? Are you familiar with that?
Oh, I've heard of that actually. I saw that I've seen that in like a TV show before. We don't have that. I would love to do that. It looks like really cool. I've seen it on TV before, but
Yeah,
what is it
Kieran,
like?
we should tell him. Okay, yeah. So Model United Nations is like the UN. You know what the UN is, right? Like
Yeah.
bunch of countries. So basically, what Model United Nations is you get assigned a country. Like in one of my conferences, I got assigned the Soviet Union, and the topic was I think it was like the wars in like the 6 Day War in the Suez Canal and like in the Middle East against like Egypt and all. I mean, with Egypt against like Israel and all that. Yeah, you basically get assigned a country, and what you basically do is come to like a consensus on a solution to the topic. Like for example, for my conference on like the Suez Canal, we had fun and we said the U.S. is going to donate. I mean, the USSR is going to donate nuclear weapons to neighboring countries and stuff. It's a lots of fun.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
really cool. I feel that would be really beneficial in the UK because I feel like a lot of people uh, in the UK don't know that much about other countries outside of
Hmm.
Europe. So I feel like it would be good because then it forces you to research about something like that. And but I love like countries and other countries just fascinate me. I love flags. I love learning about that.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
would be really cool.
flags, but not geography. We just
Flags
like
for no, no,
flags.
no, 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 no. I
No,
don't
not
like
geo,
geography. I
not
like learning
geo.
about other countries, but not geography.
School should have a subject on the country aspect of geography and take out the,
Oh, of course, of course. No one
geology
likes
aspect of the
geology, as
subject.
Sheldon Keefe would say.
Is
Yeah.
is there like a global politics in GCSE? I'm not sure if there's global politics, but it'll be
There's some
fun
really
to have.
obscure GCSEs, so I'm sure there's something
Uh-huh.
like that. But yeah, I mean, they need to in Britain. It's all very regular. There's not many like if you go to a private school, you can do like ancient history GCSE, which is like a really cool, like an astronomy GCSE, which is also like sick. But like in a public school, you won't ever get that. You'll just get the standard math, science, history, computer science,
Yeah.
product
Mhm.
design, stuff like that. Nothing really too fascinating. They're all good subjects, but
Mhm.
nothing like really cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about your upcoming assessments. Your like teacher so-called assessments coming up. What are your feelings on them? Are you ready for them?
No, I am. I would say like I'm decently ready. I've had a bit of opportunity to revise over the holidays. Obviously, we have like about 3 weeks when we get back,
Mhm.
but I'm a bit nervous because if you don't perform well in these exams, they have like a large effect. Obviously, they're gonna like take other stuff as evidence, but um, I don't know. I feel like the fact that I have a YouTube channel makes it a lot more nerve wracking to do and puts a lot more pressure on me because if I don't have a YouTube channel, I'm happy with like sevens, eights, and nines. But since I have a YouTube channel and I made a video about revision, people expect me, you have to get all nines, you have to get all eights and nines. And like
Okay.
that puts a lot of pressure. I know it's a bit annoying and obviously I'm really happy for the channel,
Mhm.
but that kind of pressure is just a bit daunting for me, and it can be a bit nerve-wracking, especially if I'm, like, having an off day or something, I'm not revising, I'm thinking like,
Mhm.
"Oh god." And I just see all these comments saying like, "Oh, you're so cool. How do you revise this long?" And I'm just not revising. It's like, "Oh god,
Ugh.
no." But yeah. That's kind of why I
Yeah.
didn't post a video for a while as well. Obviously, I was taking a break,
Mhm.
but because I wasn't doing any work at that point when I wasn't doing any work, I didn't want to make a video about revision or giving you guys or giving people advice about revision when I'm not revising
Mhm.
myself. That's like not okay. That's
Yeah.
very hypocritical. So I was just like, let me
Mhm.
leave it until I actually get back into revision.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That makes sense. We all need breaks sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Uh-huh. So, let's talk about what you do in your free time. What hobbies do you have?
I've been really getting back into athletics. I'm really
Uh-huh.
enjoying running lately. I used to run a lot
Yeah.
before, and now I'm running like 10K, stuff like that, pretty much every
Solid.
couple of days. And yeah, I'm
Solid.
enjoying running. Running is one of the main things. Um, I don't do a lot in my free time. I would say like it's a bit harder to do stuff in your free time, obviously, because we're still kind of in lockdown in England. But
Mhm.
um, I guess YouTube would be the main thing I do in my free time, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I would maybe like to get more hobbies, but it's all right. I enjoy my current hobbies.
Yeah, solid. What app do you use to track your runs?
Oh, I use Strava. I posted like a run on
Oh,
my story. Strava's good because it's like
yeah.
all my friends who run, I can see what they're doing, and that motivates me to like do better and
Running.
run
Yeah.
farther and faster. And it's similar to it's basically just Instagram for running, and it's really good. I enjoy that, and it also means Strava is also great in the fact that it'll tell you like how much you ran this week. If this is like a
Uh-huh.
new
Yeah.
personal best, it
Uh-huh.
means that I can just go back and see what I was running at, like, on the 11th of March, and then see what I'm running at now and make a really easy comparison. It's just a very simple app rather than just keeping those run to myself. Because now I have, like, a place where I can just access all of my runs and see, where I'm running, how far I'm running, if I'm doing better than last time. So, yeah, Strava's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the same with us in Hong Kong, but we use Nike Run Club instead.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I
it's
tried
us
that.
it's a solid app also. Yeah, it's just awesome being able to have this leaderboard seeing how many kilometers everyone has ran this month, and yeah,
I would
it's
love to
fun.
do that. Would be cool if Strava introduced that. Because the thing is most of my friends don't run. It's just like or like
Uh-huh.
most of my friends who I hang out with in school don't run. Like, I have running friends as well, but it would be cool if
Uh-huh.
they do like a
Yeah.
leaderboard thing. But Nike Run Club, I did try that out for a bit. And I tried like the coach thing as well, but,
Yeah, the
I used
coaching.
the coach is gear. Like, I use like Coach Bennett
Uh,
or whoever for like one run.
Coach Bennett, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
you know
OG
about Coach
guy.
Bennett. Yeah, he's
Yeah, of
good.
course I
He's
do.
good. He's my guy, but but the thing is I have to, like, take my phone with me because I don't have an Apple Watch. I have, a Gear Sport, which means
Uh-huh.
that you can't get the Nike Run Club because Nike have, like, a deal with Apple where, like, you can only get that
Yeah,
app on the Apple Watch. Yeah, you
that's
have an
why.
Apple Watch, so you know.
Yeah,
But
mhm.
with the Samsung, Strava comes on here, and I don't like taking my phone out with me, like, on those strap things because it's just like, oh
Yeah,
god, it
it's
makes me feel
annoying.
no, it's horrible. It makes
It's
me feel, like,
annoying, it's
really
horrible.
unbalanced, so just having my watch makes me feel, like, really lightweight, and I can connect my headphones to my watch as well, so it means I can just, like, listen to a podcast, listen to music, listen to an audiobook or whatever.
Awesome. Yeah, what's your, like, go-to podcast nowadays? What's your,
Um
like
It's not overthinking for one. It's great
yeah, but it's
podcast
just
and spoken by
Mondays.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
you
I wish
just get
they
1 episode a week. My
the
my
thing is it's
Monday
good though.
runs, Tuesday runs are the best, and then
Yeah, man,
it's
yeah,
it's
it's
just
very
it's just gone.
that's the thing though, you don't want too much of a good thing because if they post,
Yeah,
like, 2 times, 3 times, it would make it really annoying, but by
yeah.
savoring it, I
Mhm.
like it. But I'm also listening to the David Dowrig podcast. He's been kind of under
Uh-huh.
some controversy lately, which means he hasn't
Yeah, I've
posted a
heard.
podcast in, like, 3 weeks, and I'm upset, like, obviously, yeah, what he did and stuff like that, I don't wanna talk about that, but what he did is kind of annoying, but it means that I'm not having podcasts. When I'm out on my walks, I don't get to listen to new David Dobrik podcast, which is a bit sad, but, also listening to My
I
First
mean, you've got
Million.
this podcast.
Yeah, okay, obviously I've got yeah, I'm sorry. The Recall pod, also another great pod. But
My
yeah, you
man,
have to
my
have
My
man.
a range
man.
of podcasts because you have to have a range of podcasts because
Yeah.
it means that I'm listening to, like, a new podcast pretty much every day because the different podcasts post on different days. But, yeah, My First
Yeah.
Million, I heard that from No Overthinking as well. Good, decent podcast, very
Uh-huh.
business oriented. You know,
Uh-huh.
I really like business and stuff like that, so it's good to listen to that. But I
Yeah.
only listen to like 3 or 4 podcasts because too many podcasts. I feel like with a podcast, an hour-long episode, if you're listening to like, it's not like YouTube videos where it's like 10 minutes long and you can watch like
Um,
100 YouTubers a
yeah.
week. But with podcasts, you have to be really selective. So I only listen to a couple of podcasts. Really.
So, yeah, I think a few recommendations I would give is the Tim Ferriss podcast. It's
I've
it's
heard of
it's
that.
solid. Yeah, you should add that to your list.
I
There's
will.
also okay, the thing with Joe Rogan's podcast is that it sort of gets like it's not that relatable, unlike like Ali's podcast or something. Like they talk about adult stuff, like full grown adult stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I tried
it's
to
a bit
listen
less
to
relatable.
the Joe Rogan podcast, and it's good. He
Uh-huh.
has like a lot of good guests on, but uh,
Yeah.
these good guests, like you say, don't make it very relatable. And when I'm listening to the Not Overthinking podcast, I feel like I'm there with them. I feel
Yeah,
like
exactly. The
I could be
vibe.
shouting through my mic and be like, "No, Table,
Insane.
this is not right." But but that's what makes it, because they're such approachable and relatable guys. It really makes it enjoyable to
Mhm.
their podcast.
Yeah, I love how they catch up at the start of every week and go like, "Oh, how's your week been? How's
Yeah,
like
it's good.
calls
It's good.
going?" It's awesome.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're there. It makes you feel like you're like just casually meeting with friends and stuff like that. So, and that's a good aspect that you have to do, and that's what you need to do on like this social media. This new type of social media is you need to be a relatable
Mhm.
person that people can go to every week or like watch your videos, because that's what you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell relatability. You're not trying to be above people like traditional celebrities and traditional medias. You need to be with the audience, and I feel like that's why YouTubers like Emma Chamberlain do well. She's very relatable
Mhm.
to young girls, and why YouTubers like Ali
Yeah.
do well, because he's quite relatable. He's a guy who worked hard in school. He wasn't rich as a child. Like, he was rich in the sense that he had family, but he's just a
Uh-huh.
guy who managed to make $1 million in 2021 through his own ingenuity and through his own like hard work. And that relatability is what draws people in, and that's really smart.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree. Like hard work, always
Mm,
the most important thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, in your newsletter, you talked about how you were in their like member Zoom call thing, right?
Oh yeah, it's really good. I mean, I the other day I contacted Ali just about a little problem, but no, but it's a nice thing to show off to friends. It was originally a WhatsApp group. That's why I have like
Oh
Ali's number,
really?
and I can like message him. But
Oh.
yeah, I know. Don't worry, I won't leak it, Ali, if you're listening to this. But no, but
Oh yeah, Ali,
it's nice.
please listen to this.
No,
Please
but
listen to it.
but Tamor, I remember he actually subscribed to me on YouTube as well. But Tamor was the
Yeah, I
first
saw. I
one
saw.
who I don't know, I was listening to a podcast one day and I just see on Instagram, Tamor Abdal follows you. And I'm just like, what? Why is Tamor
Bro.
following me? I messaged him like, bro, why are you following me? And he was just like, I saw some of your comments on YouTube and I found them like pretty funny or something like that. So I just looked you up on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God. And then through there, Tamor like showed me about the new members group thing, and I just joined it. And then sometimes they do like weekly Zoom calls, and hopefully they'll do some meetups in the future. But it's nice because it's just enjoyable to talk to people as well who like have that kind of sense of
Mhm.
relatability and enjoy listening to the podcast. The Not Overthinking podcast, I feel like none of my friends listen to it. No one I know listens to it.
Yeah,
So it's nice to
none of
like
none
meet
of
with
her
a group.
friends
Yeah,
listen to it.
exactly. Like, it's nice to meet. The community is good because it's nice to talk to a group of people who have the same kind
Mhm.
of ideas and, I guess, ideology as you. So it's useful. Now there's like a Slack group and there's different channels, which
Oh,
is quite good as well. So yeah.
that's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, very nice. What do you think you've taken? Like, what's the most life changing advice or like message you've taken from the Not Overthinking podcast?
Hmm.
There's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I feel like when you put me on the spot like this, it makes it difficult. But um, I guess maybe the myth and motivation episode, that was quite a good episode. I need to
Yeah,
get up an
that
episode
was a
yesterday.
solid episode.
That was they explained things very well. But um,
The episode on like meritocracy and like praising people was also really good.
that was a great. I talked about it in my newsletter as well. That was a really good episode because
Yeah, I
that
just
made me
saw.
talk about it in my newsletter, and I enjoyed that episode. It made me really think about that and kind of. Oh, the episode about treating children. Oh, that episode, like, I wouldn't say
Oh
it changed
yes,
my life, but
yes,
that
yes.
episode really made me think when I talk to kids, and even my little sister who's 8, and when I talk to her, I feel like I do put on this kind of voice and like maybe speak to her
Yeah.
with less I guess, less intelligence, and I shouldn't be doing that. Like, I really want to when that sounds bad, but when I'm older as
Yeah.
well, I want to do the same thing with my kids and just speak to them like I'm speaking to you guys, and hopefully
Yeah.
that kind of that kind of transfers. So that episode was really
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah. That was a fun episode. Like, it's interesting to think about why we do certain things. Like, last this episode hasn't been posted yet, but last episode we sort of talked about why do people even use Snapchat? Like, what's the point of sending snaps
Oh
to
my
people?
god,
And we
Snapchat.
dived into that. Yeah.
Yeah, Snapchat is. I've recently started using Snapchat more, mainly
Uh-huh.
because all of my friends just message on Snapchat, or like a lot of my friends message on Snapchat. Like when I message people on Instagram, I won't get a reply till like 5 hours later. As soon as I message someone on Snapchat, you get a reply instantly. It's really annoying, and Snapchat is it's not even that good of an application. I guess it's just
Mhm.
that feeling of security, of the fact that like snaps disappear for people, and it's just kind of a clean app. On Instagram, your feed is just full of memes and stuff like that. On
Uh-huh.
Snapchat, since you
Yeah.
don't have that feed, it's more of like a personal thing rather than it's like it's almost like WhatsApping or calling someone. So Snapchat, I feel like it's good in that kind of aspect. So
Mhm.
I've been
Fair
using it a
enough.
bit more to to talk to friends compared to like Instagram and stuff. But I use Discord for a lot of my closer friends, because we just often
Mhm.
play games or do stuff like that. So
I've also seen that you've been posting on Twitter recently. So do you use it often, and how highly do you rank it in comparison to other social media applications that you use on a day-to-day basis?
tw- uh, Twitter is also something I'm trying to get into. I Twitter is an amazing. I always say this to my friends is that if everyone in my school used Twitter, the world would be such a good place right now. It would be so entertaining because Twitter is so funny. It's less of the Instagram memes and stuff you constantly see
Yeah.
and like bull crap you see on people's Snapchat stories. But Twitter is just it's authentic. It's very authentic in the fact that you'll see the true side of like some YouTubers, and it destroys that barrier between the creator and the consumer, and just makes it like I'll put a tweet out, or like I'll reply to a tweet and someone will just reply to it who's like has like a million subscribers, and that's just the best thing about it is the fact that Twitter like removes that barrier, and more people should use it. And it's just funny. Twitter's just hilarious when I just see a funny tweet, and it's better than Instagram because it's something someone like probably thought about and tweeted and
Says.
actually said,
Yeah.
rather than just like a meme that someone made, which is why I like Twitter. And like Reddit's pretty good as well, but Twitter, I'm
Yeah,
trying to use it
Reddit's
more. I'm trying
solid.
to get bigger. Trying to get
Yeah,
bigger on there.
obviously, Twitter's been receiving quite a lot of backlash due to the overwhelming toxicity. Bro, I can't speak today. Anyway, so some big content creators such as, KSI recently left the platform due to the whole cancel culture vibe. So what's your view on that?
Yeah. I mean, KSI is back already. Like I saw him tweet the other day about
Yeah,
Nico
yeah,
running
yeah.
for mayor. Or Nico running for mayor. I found that funny. In his video, he addressed it. He said like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start tweeting once a month," and I just knew he's not gonna tweet. He's not gonna quit Twitter, but like fully quit
Mhm.
Twitter. But Twitter, yeah, it's like that cancel culture thing is dumb. Even I hate like when a celebrity will be cancelled for something they tweeted about like 11 years ago, because
Yeah.
that's just
That's
kind of
messed up.
like obviously people should be held accountable for stuff, but there's no point in if you're actively just digging into someone's Twitter and just like looking at a tweet that may be mildly offensive to one specific group of people, and that's just kind of sad. It's just a bit annoying in that aspect. But what case I was describing is mainly an issue for people who are very famous and like
Mhm.
people, yeah, are very famous like that. But it's not going to affect the average Joe mostly.
Yeah.
But that can be kind
Yeah.
of the average Joe. Yeah, it can be quite annoying. But it's not like I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to find a tweet from Ali and like even if Ali like yeah, I don't think anyone's going to find a tweet and just be like yeah, and cancel Ali because not that many people know who Ali Abdaal
Cancel
is. But
Ali. We should
but
start canceling Ali
yeah,
for
man,
being like
toxic.
a unproductive grease monkey.
A waste man. Oh man, Ali's use of the word waste man. It just
Classic.
makes me laugh. It makes me
Yeah.
laugh.
Ali's he's such an interesting guy. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
very
even know how to
interesting
put in
character.
words. Let's talk about what are your favorite tech products? Because I know you're
Ooh,
big into like tech gear, cameras, and all that stuff.
I love my tech. I've been into tech right from time. Ever since I watched my first MKBHD video about a phone. Cause yeah, MKBHD is good and he got me into that. I
And
remember when I got my first phone, I was around 13. My mom was like, bring me something that'll be under £200 or something. And I researched the crap out of this. I was like, what phone should I get? And that's when the craze, I guess, began with tech. And even nowadays, even if I'm buying a product, I'll watch like 20 hours of a video. I'll try to watch every single piece of content about that piece of tech just to know what it's like, just to know if it'll work for me. And I'd say my favorite piece of tech is, I guess, my computer. Right now, it's not the best. I've got my MacBook 2017 13-inch base model, which is good.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it's good because Final Cut Pro, if I'm using Final Cut Pro, absolutely nothing else works on the computer. It's blisteringly
Uh-huh.
slow, which is a bit annoying, but I mean, I would like to upgrade soon. And I guess my camera is quite nice. I ordered a new one. Like I said, I ordered a
Yeah.
Sony A60-100, and I just bought a nice
Awesome.
Sigma lens,
Oh,
which is
dude.
very pricey.
Sigma
Yeah.
lenses are nice. Yeah,
Oh
but they're
man, like
pricey. They're definitely
they are. Oh,
pricey.
I paid £305 for this 16 mm prime lens, but it's got that f1.4, so it's going to give me that
Or yeah, that
blurry
bokeh
background. Yeah,
effect.
you know
Yeah.
that big. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's so expensive. Like the lens is. I don't get how people paying like 1.2K. I know Karma Medic uses like a Sony G Master lens, which is like
Yeah,
1.2K.
he does.
It's like more than the camera. The lenses are so expensive, it's ridiculous. But if you want
I
quality, I
mean,
guess that's what
yeah,
you gotta go for.
definitely. Yeah, you got a nice mirrorless camera and like a nice lens to go with it. Awesome. Looking forward
Yeah,
to future content.
of course,
Nice.
of
When's it
course. Maybe
arriving?
next week. I think the
Awesome.
camera's coming Monday. I've already got the lens. I don't know. Yeah, it's
Oh.
there and it's nice, but it's really heavy. I have to admit, it's pretty heavy. Might need to order a new
Mhm.
tripod, but the lens is good. It's sad though because I just have the lens and I don't have the camera, and
Uh-huh.
it's just sitting in my box right now while I'm waiting for the camera to come. But as soon as it comes, yeah, I'll be really happy. And also, I like doing photography, not just like having a camera for filming. Like
Yeah.
it's quite versatile in the fact that I can buy another lens and just start shooting photography with it, start shooting good
Oh,
photos and things like that,
yeah.
which is really enjoyable.
Yeah, that definitely. It's
In the
nice.
future, I
It's
would like
nice.
to do one of those, those videos where it's like going up to strangers and asking to take their portraits, or like
Yeah,
going
those
out.
those videos
Yeah,
are
those POV
interesting.
videos. Oh, I love those videos.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. And
Just
that I
like
think I want to
getting
do
a
that one day.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should. Looking forward to that content someday.
Soon,
I'll
man,
see
soon.
you if you don't. Awesome.
Yeah, talking about a YouTube channel, what do you think is your top 3 favorite YouTube videos to record, Not necessarily your most successful one, but rather the video that you had the most fun in production. You obviously have quite a few bangers out there.
Okay, I'm gonna get up my channel videos real quick. I think, I don't know, one of my favorite videos. Maybe, hmm, not too sure. I've got like 30 videos on the channel or something like that. Okay, I've got the videos
I
up
quite
here.
liked your video on
Which
I
one?
quite like the how I use active recall at GCSE, the best way to
That
study.
was
I like that
I
video.
enjoyed that video. I did a lot of research for that video. That video didn't like bang as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on 40K views. It's still
It was
good.
well
Um,
made. That was a
yeah,
nice video.
I really enjoyed that. Was like a lot of research into that. The script for that video is really big, so I enjoyed that. The desk setup, my productive desk setup, I ordered like a slider for that video, and although it's not the best
Mhm.
quality, and I really wish I could remake it, but I still enjoyed really making that. I really enjoyed making that video. It was quite fun.
Yeah. It was
I guess
nice
my
made. I liked it.
thank you, man. It didn't do too bad as well for a video that's not directly about studying. It got
Yeah.
37,000 views, which I was very happy about that. So I guess it targeted a wider audience. Um,
Mhm.
the first day of school 2020 video, as soon as like my video about GCSE mocks blew up, that video also got a lot of traction. So it's on like 43,000 views. And I really enjoyed
Yeah.
making that because I was just like filming my friends with my phone in school on the first day. And that was really fun.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
fun. We should actually try this out sometime. We're back to school on
Dude, trust
Monday.
me, it's really good. And in my school, phones aren't actually allowed, so I had to be like really sneaky about it and like film when I could, like. But it was a fun video to film. And I
Yeah, I
guess the
also like how you
10,000
put like
subscribers.
times.
Oh, sorry,
I
yeah,
like how
yeah,
you
you
put
go ahead.
timestamps on your videos.
Oh, that was
Like
good. That
just
was
like
good.
that's good. I love
That's
them.
always something I've wanted to do. As soon as I saw Ali do that, and ever since YouTube introduced that feature just takes any video from like being down here to all the way up there because it makes the video seem so much more professionally made when you have timestamps and when you have the little thing at the bottom. And I don't want people to waste their time when they're watching my videos. If you want to skip
Mm,
ahead, that's fine. Like do it as long as you'll keep
go
watching the
for it.
video. Yeah, go for it, man. It's useful. So timestamps. Also gaining 20,000 subscribers as a GCSE student. That video was really fun to make. It didn't do very well because it's not directly about GCSEs, so it doesn't target. But I love making that. That video took a long time to edit and a long time to do
Yeah,
all
I
the
could
work
tell.
for. But it was
Yeah.
very enjoyable to film and make.
Yeah. Awesome.
I actually found your channel through your how to get a distinction on an English language speech. I had my speech around the time, so I was, casually looking through YouTube for some tips and stumbled upon your channel, and you'd be glad to know that I've stayed a fan ever since.
Oh, nice. Thank you, man. Yeah, that video, that was one of my first videos. I don't think it's when I first I was looking at we were doing our speech in school, and our school we were doing the speeches like internally, so you'd write the speech and your teacher would give you the grade.
Uh-huh.
And I looked on YouTube like, okay, what advice can I get from here? Who can give me some advice? And the video I found was like terrible. It was 240p. The person like it was clearly it almost looked like a satire skit, but it wasn't. It was a proper video, and it had 40,000 views or something like that.
40.
And I was just like, okay, I need to, if I can just make a video like somewhat better than this video, which I'm pretty sure I can, then I'm sure like that video would take off. And eventually it did. Like at the beginning it didn't. Because I didn't have many subscribers, people weren't watching my channel. But then eventually it just started getting a lot of views, and now it has like 25,000 views. And that video helped a lot of people, I guess. As soon as I got my distinction, I started planning out that video and like writing down the tips that would be most useful. But yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
you enjoyed that video, and I'm sure a lot of people found it
Yeah.
helpful as well in the comments. So, yeah.
I mean, I watched it and I got a distinction for my speech.
Yeah,
See,
same.
it's working, guys.
Let's go, man.
It's working.
Nice.
This is proof.
What was the topic for your speech?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, mine was, I didn't mention it in the video because I didn't know if I don't know. It was should schools in the UK teach Black history extensively? So in school we don't really learn, like I feel like there should be a topic in history about like slavery and kind of going more into that, or even talking about how a lot of Punjabi people fought in World War One, a lot of Indian people fought in World War One, how a lot of people from African countries fought in World War One and World War Two. And they never go into that. And I feel like they should have. So my speech was about that. I didn't want to mention that in the video because it's a bit like, I don't know, it's a topic that not everyone wants to speak about. I didn't want to, yeah, exactly. I didn't want to put people off the video by saying that. So I just didn't bother mentioning that. But it didn't really matter what you did your speech on either way. I'm sure it would have done. It's going to do well.
Kieran, what did you do in speech? What did you do your speech on?
Mine was on how technology should be implemented in education. It was a while back, so I don't exactly remember the finer details, but yeah, something to do with technology and education.
My friend did that as well. It's a very good topic, yeah.
Yeah, I did mine on stoicism actually.
Oh wow, nice. Before Ali started getting into
Yeah.
stoicism, nice.
I did talk about the dichotomy of control, keeping events neutral, and all that
Nice.
stuff.
That's a really good topic, because that's like really like, when did you do that last year?
No, I actually did mine quite recently. Actually, no,
yeah.
it was, I don't know, it was still a couple months ago.
That's a pretty high level topic for someone to talk about of like our age.
I think
so
it was
feel like that's good.
engaging.
Yeah, I'm
like
sure it
after
was.
my speech, my friends were like, "Oh, yo, can I pay you to be my life coach?" And I'll be like, "Just listen to not overthinking. Just listen to not overthinking."
Yeah, man, it's good. That topic, I'm sure, would do really well.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot to dive into, and firstly, it's not that controversial because it's an ancient school of philosophy, but it's fun.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's a good topic, and it appeals to a lot of people. That topic can like literally appeal to everyone pretty much. So that's why it does well like that.
Yeah. I also really like how Ali most of the time goes like, "Oh, you should never say that you don't have time, because ultimately time is in your control, and it's just that you're not choosing to spend your time on whatever you want to do."
That time thing is great. It is
Yeah.
really great, because as soon as I heard that, and now whenever people tell me they don't have time, it's annoying, because I don't want to explain to them. Yeah, I don't want to explain to them all about Ali Abdaal, but I 100% know they do have time. Like, you can make time.
Yeah.
You're choosing not to do this, so that's why.
You're choosing.
It's
You're
useful.
actively
It makes me really think like deeply about like what am I spending my time on. I remember I did do like write down everything I was doing every minute of the day pretty much, and I realized how much time I was wasting. So it's very useful to write that down and work on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, like track every minute. Do you watch Matt Davella?
Yes,
Like the
I love that
minimalist
video.
guy?
I watched that video, yeah.
He's
about
awesome.
him tracking every minute for like 3 months, was it, or something? It was,
Yeah, it was an extended period of time.
oh my God, it was so much effort doing it for a week, let alone 3 months. So,
Mhm.
but Matt D'Avella is also someone who I take great inspiration from. He has very high quality videos about kind of productivity and things like that. And I love his
No.
2 day rule. I've been trying to
Oh,
use that more with
yeah.
running
I
and
just
implement
told my
that.
friend about my 2-day rule yesterday.
It is so useful. It's just an amazing thing to like kind of live by. And even if you adapt that to your own situation, it's just good to have a set of rules that you'll live by, and a set of rules that kind of that you take to heart and
Mhm.
really try to abide to.
Yeah. Life advice like this is useful. Mhm. Okay, let's go along the lines of YouTube. What are your goal projections for YouTube? You mentioned 50K, but like in the not the near future, but like in general, is there like a point where you'll reach and you'll be like, yeah, this is it. I'll be happy where I am. Is it like a certain point?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I feel like people say you shouldn't put an arbitrary goal out there because it kind of messes
Yeah,
with you. But I guess
yeah.
100K is the dream. That would be the dream. I feel like with
The
the fact
plaque?
that I'm making GCSE content, yeah, I want the plaque. I want that plaque, baby. I
Yeah,
need
I
that
know
plaque.
you want it.
I really
You'll
want that
get it.
plaque. But with
Bro,
GCSE
it looks
content,
so
I
cool
feel
when you
like,
set up. Like, just imagine having a
oh
YouTube
my
plaque over
gosh, just
there.
have it in the back. Oh, it would be lovely to have the
Yeah.
plaque. And yeah, that would be really cool. But with I feel like GCSE content, although it's quite a broad range, I feel like it can be quite limiting because not that many people are doing GCSEs, I guess. Although a lot of people are with like things like medical studies, there are like
Uh-huh.
millions of students, like millions. Although there are millions doing GCSEs, I feel like more people who are doing medical studies are more likely to look up how to do well in exams than people doing GCSE, because there's a lot of I know a lot of people who just don't care about their GCSEs and who like don't really
Yeah.
care about doing well in school. But when you get to things like A
Mhm.
levels and university, there's more people who care about doing well in school. So if I'm making content about that, it will allow me to reach a broader audience, and that made me allow me to get to 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, interesting question you brought up is like some people just don't care about school. Like I'm just curious, like why would you not care about school?
Exactly. I talked
That's
about
quite an
this with my
interesting
friend the other
question.
day. It's yeah, how don't I don't know. I guess other people have other circumstances in their life and maybe
Mm.
have more put more priority onto other things. But yeah, I don't know. You guys obviously care a lot about school,
Yeah, we do. We
and
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. All the people I hang out with specifically as well care very much about like
Mhm.
school. All the people in my friend groups. One of my friends wants to be a
Yeah.
pilot. One of my
Ooh.
other friends wants to go into engineering. So yeah, I have all my friends, and I'm sure with you guys as well. You all want to go into
Yeah.
kind of very respected fields.
Yeah, we're both actually like looking to go to the US for computer science because
Uh,
computer science is definitely or yeah, in fact our previous episode was with our computer science teacher. He's just like a really good mentor to us. Like we're super like there's really good relationship in between like no like teacher student relationship.
yeah, that's
But
yeah,
it's
that's good. I
awesome.
mean, I'm surprised you got your teacher to do it.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy. In fact, if you go to his website, it's Paul P Baumgarten. I'll spell it out.
Yeah,
PBAUMGARTEN .com. P Baumgarten. Like he has a bunch of like awesome resources on like Python and all that on his website. Cool guy.
damn. Damn, man. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, like that. Yeah, so there's teachers like that who just really care about their
Uh
students and
huh.
really care about their job. There's some teachers who just don't care and who don't like kids, which is a weird thing if you want to be a teacher. But teachers who care, I remember that's what really got me into biology and really got me, I guess, fascinated with that
Yeah.
subject was one of my teachers, and he cared
Yeah.
so much about biology. He would like we would learn about
Awesome.
one aspect of biology. Someone would ask a question, and then by the end of the lesson, we would start talking about the eyes and finished with how the hell does someone die of salt poisoning? And it's like, oh god, like it's amazing because I learned so much from his lessons because he cared so much. And doing that. When a teacher cares so much and so deeply, it makes you want to learn and I guess do well. So yeah, having a good teacher is very useful and a big advantage.
Yeah, like the teacher can really push your interest in a certain subject, and you just love it because of the teacher.
Exactly, exactly.
Awesome. Oh yeah, this brings up a really funny story. You mentioned how like some teachers just don't care about students. In fact, you know what teacher was it? Just some teacher.
Maybe don't
And
say it on the
he
podcast.
Don't say it, man. Don't
Yep.
say it.
Don't say it
Okay,
on the podcast.
I'll cut that out. But
Yeah.
basically, he would teach through the chat box.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
That's
like,
not. That's
hello
not good.
class.
No, the teachers in our school that are like annoying are the teachers who like just read off the board. They don't put any of their own input. They just read what's off the PowerPoint. They find the PowerPoint online and then they read off of it. And that's just not very useful because you need like yeah, I know when you're asking questions. Like I could do that in my own time. I don't need you to read it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when you're asking questions, they just don't know. And I have one teacher in particular who genuinely doesn't know anything, like who doesn't know a lot about the subject. Like I'll ask this teacher, what is this? And they'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, what? This is your job. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
How's this your
Come
job?
on.
And you don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think that
Yeah,
a
man.
teacher can either make you really enjoy a subject or actually despise it.
Yeah. Completely.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's some subjects that I just like that I know so many people have bad experiences with just because of the teacher, and that's
Uh-huh.
like maths in particular. There's some teachers who are just not very good at teaching maths, and that makes students think maths is a hard lesson, which it can be in some aspects, but it can be made easy if you have a good teacher and someone who generally cares.
Fair enough. Yeah. What apps do you use on a daily basis? Like apart from the usual, social media and stuff. Is there any like specific apps you find life changing? I know
I would
Strava
say
is one.
Strava. Yeah, Strava's been good to me lately.
Strava.
I'm really enjoying Strava. Is this just on my phone or
Any Mac apps,
anything?
phone apps. Yeah,
Yeah,
websites
I'll just
also.
say like I guess Notion. Obviously, I mean I've made a video about that.
Yeah.
Notion even
Classic.
commented on that video. I made 2 videos on it now, which is it's
Mhm.
really really fun. I'll say another thing is a website that I use for my YouTube channel, Epidemic Sounds. I'm not sponsored by them,
Uh-huh.
but they are amazing. Like with music, I found out that when you find a song and it says non-copyright on YouTube, it's not always non-copyright. It may mean that your videos
Mhm.
get claimed. And I know people who've had like their videos claimed from non-copyright music. So I pay like I don't know like £10 a
Mhm.
month for unlimited music basically for the channel, and music can make or break a video, so that's quite useful. And I guess to-do lists, Microsoft to-do lists, which are really useful. I like that when I can just craft the
Mm.
to-do list on the bus, and then when I get home, it's already done, and I can just start getting on with my work. Very useful.
Yeah, I think one tech purchase you definitely should make is like a drawing tablet.
Oh,
You basically just like connect it to your Mac. You just put it here, and you can like do math, working out, so whatever
oh,
on the
that is
tablet.
good. That is really good. I would
Yeah.
love to do that as well because I know someone who uses that for thumbnails for their YouTube videos,
Uh-huh.
and the thumbnail they can like do drawing aspects. And sometimes I would like to do that with my thumbnails, but yeah, drawing tablet is definitely a must have for like maths and stuff like that, especially when you're
Yeah.
doing online lessons, stuff like that.
Exactly. Just like have the Zoom call. Is your Zoom
Yeah.
set up like having Zoom call on one monitor and then like notes and
Yeah.
whatever
Usually I
on
have
another
it like
monitor?
split on the monitor and then like the to-do list and then like
Yeah.
Spotify. And
Yeah.
it's good.
Classic.
It's good.
Classic.
Is that like a Wacom tablet or is
Yeah,
it
it's a
just like
Wacom tablet.
Wacom?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah. I've heard
Wacom.
they're quite good.
Yeah. They're solid.
Yeah.
They're solid.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. That's why I want to get the iPad Pro soon. I want to get I've been saving like all the YouTube money for for an iPad Pro, and
Uh,
I would love to get one for A levels because my school allows us to, or like my sixth form allows us to bring in iPads to take notes in class.
ooh, that's
Yeah, I
nice.
know it's really good. So I want to invest in like a Pro. Maybe I'll get like a 2018 one to save a bit of money, but I would love to invest in
Yeah.
one and have all the notes. Oh, it would be so amazing because then I could also sell the notes for my YouTube channel, which would be really good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really smart as well. Yeah, I never thought about that until just now. So that would be really useful to do. Yeah,
Money
iPad
making
Pro,
business.
definitely. Because if
iPad
if
Pro.
I have all the notes,
A lot of people in our school use iPad Pros to take notes, right?
Yeah, quite a few do.
it's not
Like
allowed in our school.
some people don't use like laptops anymore. They just bring in their iPad to start writing.
Yeah, some
Awesome.
people
Yeah.
even use their phones instead of their laptops in our
So
school, like, to take notes.
yeah,
So I
No.
think it's
our
mad.
school
Oh
is so
my
lenient.
god. No way.
It's so
That's like,
lenient.
yeah, in our schools, basically no technology is allowed out. So, but in sixth form, it gets in England at least, it gets more relaxed when you get to sixth form, as in
Uh-huh.
like you can bring in a MacBook Pro to class, you can bring in this and that. But yeah, most people don't use, I guess, computers because computers are just they're just like annoying to type notes on. Not really much
Yeah.
point. But yeah, your school's really lenient. I've noticed that about like I guess more international schools. Like whenever I go to Germany,
Yeah.
um, they're a lot more lenient with what you're allowed to bring into school.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you talk about Hong Kong local schools,
Oh
that's next
yeah.
level
Yeah, that's true, that's true. I'm
strictness.
guessing you guys go to, like,
Yeah.
an English international school or something like that,
Yeah.
like an American
Yeah.
international school, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, we also we could bring our mechanical keyboards to school, just like clack, clack, clack at school.
Oh, the teacher would love that. Imagine 30 students with mechanical keyboards all typing at 70, 80, 90 words per minute. That would be very nice to the ears.
Yeah, satisfying. Oh yeah. Do you ever have a sense that you're not good enough, and like how do you battle imposter syndrome? Because I know you have to put yourself out there. Like, do you ever sometimes just feel like, oh, I'm not qualified enough to say this, or like, do you ever feel this way?
100%. 100%. I feel like I mentioned this earlier. Sometimes, I don't do well. Sometimes I don't revise, and that kind of makes me feel like, am I qualified to run a channel about revision if I'm not revising on this day? And yeah, that does, I guess, have an effect. But and sometimes when I made that video about active recall as well,
Uh-huh.
I didn't actually want to start the channel until I finished my GCSEs because of the fact
Uh-huh.
that I don't have anything to, I guess, prove that I'm this good or like you should take
Yeah.
advice from me because I haven't done my GCSEs. So I thought, let me wait
Uh-huh.
till A levels start. But I was like, okay, I may as well start it because, you know, not everyone's I don't know, I just wanted to start it. I had some good advice, and I know they talked about this on the No Overthinking podcast as well. They spoke about how,
Mm-hmm.
like, even you may feel like that, but if you
If
already
you're,
feel like you're an
yeah,
imposter, then you're probably not, and not
yeah.
everyone is qualified to talk about everything, so, you may
Mm-hmm.
as well. If that's the expectation that you have to be an expert to just talk about a subject, then no one will speak about anything. Or only the experts would speak about it. You wouldn't get any opinions from anyone else, really.
Yeah, and Ali on this podcast said that if you're bringing value to at least one person, then yeah, you're still adding value to the world. And yeah, of course, you're
Exactly.
adding value to our lives. So don't stop.
Exactly.
Don't stop. Please stop.
Exactly. I see a lot of people in my comments that are like, oh, before I started watching you, I used to get C's and D's, and now I'm doing well, getting B's and A's and things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
just that I'm, I guess, motivating this person to maybe do a bit of extra revision or do an extra half an hour
Yeah.
is very like
Mm-hmm.
it brings me comfort, quite nice.
Exactly. Awesome, dude. Let's see what Kieran, you have anything to say?
Did I reply to it? Oh, snap. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, show me it. Let me. Oh, thank you, thank you.
A
Yeah.
lot of people reply to DM. Awesome.
I try to reply to, I guess, as many as I can. I mean, usually, like I said, I go through my DMs like once a week, and if I see
Uh,
something that particularly stands out to me, I'll reply. So I'm guessing you had quite a good DM if I reply to it. But sometimes I'll just get, I don't know what are my DMs looking like. I'll yeah, I get a lot of requests. Um, but yeah, I found your guys' email pretty compelling as well. You guys know how to talk me into coming onto a podcast, I guess.
email templates. How to write email to
Yeah,
a
how do I need
YouTuber.
to, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just get like sometimes I get an influx of DMs when I post something on my story. Like when I posted that thumbnail for the new video, everyone was like, "Yeah, finally, whatever." And yeah, so that was
Yeah.
good. But um,
Yeah.
other times it'd be like, "Could you tell me how to do this with Anki cards? I have assessments coming up. How do you like?" How do people ask me a lot of things like, "How do I motivate myself?" But I've made a video about this. Like, please
Yeah,
go
you
on.
did.
Okay, if my subscribers are listening to this, go onto the channel. I've probably made a video about it. Okay, unless it's about Anki, then I've probably made a video about it. There's there's
Mhm.
all it's just a simple Google search away. So yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I see that you've got your, like, UdokaFintelmann.com domain. You're
Yeah,
looking to
I bought that. Yeah, of course, of
yeah,
course.
like, we also have our own domains. I have haydenso.com, and Kieran has kieranbk.com. Are you looking to add, like, a front page to it sometime? Because I think it currently doesn't load, like, if you just, like, go Udoka.
Yeah,
I know you have the
yeah.
newsletter.
Yeah, I bought the domain just for the newsletter actually, because I really wanted the,
Oh,
Udoka Fintelmann, I don't know, dot email. Because if you type in Udoka Fintelmann
yeah.
dot email, it'll go to my newsletter, which I was really happy about, and that's the thing I want to set up, and I obviously had to buy the domain for that. But, I would love to set up a website in the future and set up an udokafintelmann.com maybe when I'm writing a blog or maybe when I'm writing, I don't know, or when I'm summarizing videos, something like that would be kind of cool to do. But my
Mhm.
HTML skills are non-existent, so I'll wait to do that, or maybe hire someone to do that. But yeah, it's just for the email mainly for
Oh,
now, which I haven't posted in a while, which I really need to do. But yeah, it's just taking a little break from that. It's quite fun, quite engaging.
you have 249 subscribers, like, how do you get there, dude? Were they all, like,
Oh man,
YouTube subscribers?
yeah, it's
That's
just
quite a lot
YouTube.
for a
I put it on my
newsletter.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. I really need to talk about it. I need to mention it in a video. I think I mentioned it maybe at the end of one video. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I
No,
mentioned. I don't think I've mentioned it
think
actually.
you did.
Did I?
Are you
Mention
sure?
I
I
think I
think
mentioned it at the end of one
was
video.
it
If I
Twitter?
mentioned,
Yeah, I think.
yeah, I mentioned
Mhm.
it on Twitter and I mentioned it in the community page. But I really want to mention it in like the beginning of a video because most of my videos get like 30,000 views or something now. So
Yeah,
it's useful if I can get some people
solid.
from there. But I have it in my description, and it's good because it's useful because it could like it lets me reflect on my week, and I guess
Mhm.
I always enjoyed reading other people's newsletters, and I never realized how easy it is to actually make one. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like, I'm sure you subscribe to Ali's, newsletter, right?
yeah, I'm
Like
subscribed to it. I subscribed to it. I can't remember quite a while back. I just saw it in the description of one of his
yeah.
videos. Yeah.
Uh Yeah, I like how you have the, video. Oh, yeah, the Watches Ali Abdal Once video is insanely good. It's awesome.
I found that so funny. What was it? Captain Sinbad who made it. I went
Yeah.
on like a content on like a spree. It's like watches Jordan Peterson once, watches Matt Diavella once, and I
Yeah, it's
found those videos.
hilarious.
They're hilarious. They're so funny, and they have me dying because it's like poking fun at productivity YouTube is hilarious, and I want more people to do
Uh-huh.
that. It's good. It's really good.
It's
And
so
those kind of
funny.
skits when
Oh,
people
yeah.
do satire well,
Mhm.
it's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really, really good. Are there any, like, books you're currently reading that you feel like would be interesting to share? Because I know
Um,
you do.
I'm reading. No, nothing right now, actually. No, no, I'm not really reading anything right now. I need to find a new
Uh,
book. I really need to get a Kindle, if I'm honest.
oh,
There's enough signs. I need to get a
yes.
Kindle. People
Yes,
keep
you have
telling
to.
me.
You have
I
to.
know. And do you have a Kindle? Do you both have a Kindle? Uh,
Yeah, we both have a Kindle.
oh, damn! I need to get
Oh,
one. Yeah.
awesome,
Look at
dude. Just get, like, get the
just
simple
whipped out the
Paperwhite
Kindle.
one.
Hades
And,
got out the
like,
Kindle.
the thing with Kindles are you basically get, like, books for free. Like, I feel like this is quite unethical because people put their time into writing, like, a full-blown book, but sometimes you just Google book name, PDF, download it,
Oh,
send
you
it
can
over
just
to your
download it
Kindle.
onto your
Yeah,
Kindle.
exactly. Like, most of
Oh,
my books
what?
are
Oh my god.
PDFs. That is the life-changing. Like,
That
okay,
is
let me show you.
sneaky. I need to. Okay, I thought you just have to like pay like £2 for every book. No, I'm gonna get a
No,
Kindle
you
right
can actually download it for free.
now.
Unlike if you find the right just get, like, the cheapest one, like, get it on, like, Black Friday or something.
I will. I will. I'm looking online. I think I'm gonna get a Kindle now. I didn't realize you could just download the PDFs. I thought you have to like go through
That's
Amazon
what
and
I
actually buy
did.
them. Oh, that's so
Yeah, because
useful.
if you just download it on, like, a EPUB or, like, a Mobi or, like, a PDF, you just throw it on your Kindle and, like, boom, books. It's
That's
awesome.
so useful.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
sneaky.
Kindles. Yeah, sneaky is good. I need to. I definitely need to try that. I feel like as well. It's really portable, and some of the books I read are getting a lot
Mhm.
thicker, so it means that it's annoying to
Yeah.
carry around. But and a Kindle is like it makes you want to read 'cause it's like a tablet. Like you
It's
like picking up a tablet.
so thin. It's so
Yeah, I
awesome
know.
to
Oh,
have. It's
it's
just
just
like
amazing.
this
It's amazing.
thing.
I'll get one. I'll
Yeah,
definitely get one for
definitely.
sure.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Use the sleeping method.
Um if you don't mind us asking, like, when's your birthday? Because I don't think you've ever mentioned this.
It was on the 10th of November,
Oh,
2004.
so like
It-
that's quite far
I
back.
was really happy because I got monetized like one day after my birthday or something on my channel.
Oh,
It was like the 11th of November is when I got monetized. I think it was like the 11th or maybe the 9th, but it was like one day
mhm.
after or before my birthday. I finally get approved for monetization by YouTube. That was really good.
4,000 watch
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers, yeah. I remember I was on, like, 2,000, and then that video just blew up. I actually made the video, the real-time study of me? I mainly made that video
Yeah,
just to kind of increase my, watch hours so I could
watch
get
out.
monetized quicker because I knew, like, a percentage of people would actually watch, like, the whole video. So I did
Mhm.
that, but then that other video blew up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just get my watch hours from
Okay.
here then." But I wish I was monetized for a lot of that video because the first, like, 100,000 views, I don't think were monetized. So, it was kind of
Oh.
annoying because, that was when the monetization process would happen, so but if the first, like
Mhm.
it would've been quite nice to get, but now I don't mind.
Money
It's what
making.
got me here, so yeah, man. That's what
Yeah,
that's what I love.
that's so cool. Oh, yeah, what time is
Yeah,
it
it's
over
good.
there right now?
It's
What time
half
is it?
5, half 5. What time is it in Hong Kong?
It's like
12:30
12:30 in the
AM.
morning over here.
AM.
Um, wait,
The
12:30
vibes are
AM?
nice at night. AM,
Oh,
not
wow.
afternoon. It's dark outside.
Oh, AM, okay, PM, okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just love having these conversations right now.
Yeah, it's nice, man. The weather's like really, really British right now. It's like dark and gloomy. It's
Cloudy?
raining. Yeah, it's very cloudy. It used to be a lot
Uh-huh.
sunnier. I recently got a new
Mhm.
pair of glasses. Well, I just started wearing
Uh-huh.
glasses recently. You don't see in the videos, but I think
Yeah.
was it like 2 weeks ago I got some glasses. Because my vision is like terrible when I'm looking in the distance. Which
Uh-huh.
is really annoying because my dad has really bad vision. So does my brother, but one of my brothers doesn't have glasses. So sadly, I've had to
Ooh.
get glasses. But I bought one of those cool like the transition lenses. So when you go outside,
Ah.
they like go
Yeah.
darker, and so
Yeah.
they're very cool. But it's I don't know. It's good because for the first when I got back to school 2 weeks ago, I just couldn't see the board because you obviously I couldn't see what the person was doing in the front of the class, which was really
Mm.
annoying. So I didn't have I was waiting for my classes to come, and I just went to the eye doctors. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
useful.
But I mean, it has to come when you're, like, staring at a computer screen, like,
Yeah.
most of your life.
Yeah, I
But I
mean, it
mean
could be worse. My glasses are only for, like, things that are far away. Imagine it's just stuff that's right in front of me. I mean,
mm.
yeah. Wait, do you have any
Wait,
tips and
Kieran.
tricks, Kieran? Yeah. Or what are yours for?
Yeah, I can see pretty well without my glasses, close distance at least. But I mostly keep it on because it's like a nuisance to keep taking them off, and
Yeah,
plus
me
I think
too.
I look
I
quite good
usually
in
wear
them.
them. Yeah.
Mm.
'Cause it's when you have to just take them on and off all the time, and it's like, nah, may as well just keep them on the whole time. But,
Hey, Udoka, what headphones are those?
we got
Those seems
the
pretty cool.
Sony WH-1000 XM3s. They're great
Oh,
noise
clean.
cancelling headphones. Oh,
Yeah, I've
man.
heard.
I got some, like, wireless, like, the kind of, like, AirPods basically for Android,
Uh-huh.
and these are
Yeah.
the Liberaton Track Air Pluses, and they're great for
Uh-huh.
running. That's the main thing. They also have
Yeah.
active noise cancelling, and
Oh,
that's what I use them
fancy.
for. But these are amazing. These are just oh god, I have them on my head, like, I remember during lockdown, I had them just on my head, like, 10 hours a day. So, they have to be good and
So
good at noise
comfortable.
cancelling.
Yeah, I have something kind of funny to say. So, remember at the bottom of your desk setup tour video, you posted Amazon affiliate links for the products that you had, and I actually used one of the links to get the MX Master. So I guess that's kind of cool.
Oh, let's go. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's really useful. I never realized how good of a like Amazon was it Amazon affiliate. It's
Yeah,
not like a source of income I can live off of, but it's like an extra couple quid here and there, which is very useful to have. And just the fact that I got a lot of questions like, oh, what editing software you use, what laptop do you have? So I just put like a little link in the description of all the stuff I have with like affiliate links. And it's very useful. So I remember like after the desktop video went live, I got like £50 worth of Amazon affiliate sales. So it was very useful to set that up
man,
because I knew when I
that's
did that
awesome.
video, like I knew I needed to set up Amazon affiliate, set up really quick, put all the links in before I actually like put the video live without the links. That's why some people were like, why was the video
Oh,
privated? And I forgot to put the links, so I made sure to do that.
yeah. Wait, the thing is, do you have to use like your own bank account, or do you have to still use like your parents's? like
I have
cards
my
and all
own
that.
bank account. I'm very lucky in that. I have my own like PayPal
Oh,
account and bank account. I have a debit card. Obviously, I'm
awesome.
not old enough for a credit card yet, but that's also quite
Yeah,
useful because luckily it works with YouTube, so YouTube can like pay me through that. Is quite useful
uh-huh.
to have. Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you guys have your own like?
Monetization.
I'm guessing you have your own debit cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do have my own bank account. I like bank account and bank card, but like it's weird in Hong Kong. Like you can't truly get a card where you can go and pay stuff with, but you still get a card for like withdrawing money and all that stuff. It's weird.
That's
It's
weird.
very
Yeah,
weird.
I was gonna say in the UK it's too easy because I think I got my card like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I set
Oh,
it up with my phone instantly. And I remember I blew through
mhm.
like £100 really quickly because it would just be so quickly to just like go beep with your phone. Like it's not like real money
Yeah.
because when you have real money, you're
Uh,
giving it to the person. You feel that money
you
being
like
taken
you're
away.
like,
Yeah, so it just makes you really think about what you're buying. But as soon as it's electronic, I just beep. It's like a game. It's like a toy, you know. So you have to be really careful with that and like
yeah,
cards. So, but Google Pay is very useful. Even I have it on my watch as well, so I can just like pay with my watch if I ever have to. Like after a run, I want to
yeah.
get a little snack or whatever. I can just go beep like that with my watch. It's very useful.
Oh yeah. You run road, right? You don't run track. You run like road, like on the streets and like
Yeah, in the summer I usually run, right? But yeah, usually like when I'm on my own, I'll just go out in the roads or on the trail. I mean, we have a good trail where I live. There's like a lake where you can
uh
run
huh.
around. Super
Oh, that's
nice, and
beautiful.
yeah,
That's
it's good, and
beautiful.
it's not too bad because like I don't, I prefer to run mostly on trails because it's a lot softer and better for your knees, I guess, than running on the roads.
Yeah.
Because constantly running, if I'm running like I don't know 30 miles every week on the road, I'm sure it's going to lead to a knee injury a lot quicker than
Yeah.
anticipated.
Yeah, rest days are important.
Yeah,
Very
of course, man,
important. Like,
of
it's a
course.
tip. Yeah, Kieran, I think this episode is getting a good decent length. Should
Oh
we
damn.
end with like closing notes? That conversation flew by. I like that.
Yeah, I know. Our 20 minutes went really quick.
Yeah, Kieran, you wanna do like the typical questions we ask after every podcast?
All right, so we have a tradition here at
Let's
the
read a
Recall
review.
and it's to ask
Yeah.
our guests to recommend us someone that they think would be a great fit for our podcast. So, do you, as our esteemed guest, have anyone particular in mind?
Ooh. Um, I'm not sure. I would say get, I guess, Tamor onto this podcast. Get him on. I'm sure he has
Oh,
some great insights to tell about this
oh,
stuff, but very interesting. Yeah. I like you guys are really good. You have a great setup here. Great questions. Really made me think on some of those. Hayden, man, and Kieran as well. You did great on this episode. Loved it.
awesome, dude. Yeah. You wanna let the audience know where we can find you?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Find
probably
me
enough.
on find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Udoka Fintelmann, I think, and
Yeah.
Instagram.com/Udoka Fintelmann, and Twitter Fintelmann Udoka because I couldn't get Udoka Fintelmann, so
Oh.
check that out.
So thank you so much for listening to this episode, and hopefully, fingers crossed, when you go big, there'll be a part 2 to this episode.
Of course.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
So that's it. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Be sure to share this with friends, family, or anyone that might be interested in our content. Also, if you made it to the end, please sure to leave an emoji in the YouTube comment section if you're listening on YouTube. Otherwise, be sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or subscribe to us on Spotify. We'll see you in the next episode.